How old are you?
I'm 44.
How do you feel about on the first night?
I don't care. If I have to do, I do. But if I go through dating with somebody else and I figure out this guy for a relationship, I don't make first time.
So wait, if he's a good guy, you'll make him wait. If he's a bad boy, you'll give it up. But isn't that a little bit backwards?
No, if he's good boy, I don't make first time. I hold myself. Because I have to go somewhere special with him.
Whereas,
I hold.
But you
Because
don't.
I have to show him something special, you know,
But if he's a bad boy,
just for fun.
because you know he doesn't care about you.
He doesn't care about. I don't care too.
What if the good guy wants it on night one?
They want, but I can do. I say, hey man, do you want me? Hold more. One more step.
How old are you?
29.
Oh, okay.
Why is it that women are allowed to ask how old a man is, but it's taboo for a man to ask how old a woman is?
I think it depends on the context. Like, I wouldn't be offended if you asked me how old I am.
Did you pause waiting for me to ask? I won't ask. How much do you weigh?
So Shorty got saved by big meat, literally.
Saying size is the only thing that matters. I'm saying that sometimes it has unexpected benefits. This is my friend's story who shall remain nameless. She was seeing this guy for a while, very well endowed in the downstairs department. Good for her. She deserves that. After they got done doing the do, he turns to her and says, hey, I don't want to freak you out, but I want to let you know that while I was in there, I was rubbing up against something and I felt a lump. It's most likely nothing, but you should probably get that checked out.
Yeah.
And she thought, oh my God, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Now, she thought she was being overly cautious because she felt completely fine. She had no symptoms. She didn't feel sick. She goes to the gynecologist, runs all the tests. Turns out it was a malignant cancerous tumor that had she not caught it when she did, it would have metastasized and ended her life. Now that's scary to think about because she felt completely fine. There was no earthly way that she would have known that that was there unless... Well, that's one way to get a screening. Hey-o!
Listen, I'm no gynecologist, but I'll take a look. This story is crazy for the fact that, there's a small percentage of men and, they're well endowed to the point where obviously they double as a gynecologist and they can check for lumps and things in an area that can be reached by most guys. In this story, that's insane that homie felt something and literally probably saved her life from the cancer spreading and going through her body and possibly could have killed her for the fact that, she got a dude. And obviously, I don't know if it was her man or not. Doesn't matter. The point of the story is he was able to reach in there and save her. With the meat of justice, with the meat of saving. And the fact that she's mad thankful, I'm pretty sure he's getting that call again. Because I'm telling you, not all heroes wear capes, and apparently not all gynecologists wear capes neither. But good for her in more ways than one. Glad her life is saved. And again, I am not a gynecologist, but I will take a look.
My favorite first date question that I recommend everybody ask is ask the person you're on a date with, what did you learn from your last relationship? And the red flag is if the person starts going off about how horrible their ex was and how shitty they were. And oh my God, I can't believe I dated them for so long. Like, run far away.
You know what's crazy is that's the same thing for interviewing too. If like the person you are going to hire, if you ask them, like, tell me what happened in your last job. Like, why did you leave? If they start going negative, the company was terrible, the boss was awful. Yeah. I have never once hired one of those people and had it work out.
Yeah.
Not once.
Yeah.
Every single time I wished I didn't hire them.
I totally agree with this question. I want to see if you're going to take accountability. I want to see if you're going to do something or say something that offloads all of the responsibility on the other person. At what point in time, because we know that the other person is trash, they're terrible, but you did something in the relationship that by your standards is probably less than stellar. What was that? Well, he did this. What was it that you did? We're not talking about him. He's a loser. We're going to move him off to the side. He was a narcissist or he was a criminal. We're going to move him off to the side. What are some things that you did, in the last relationship where you said, I can improve on that. I can do a little bit better. I probably shouldn't have done that. not just to him, but all my other boyfriends. I'm noticing a pattern within myself, and I probably need to correct that.
So height matters?
Yeah.
But guys can't change how tall they are.
I mean, y'all always expect us to be short.
I don't judge people based on stuff they can't change, because that's just wrong.
No, I agree. I completely agree
cool.
with that statement.
So when you say height matters, you're judging based on something they can't change. Okay. So the point of this interview
But that's a preference.
is if your preference is invalid because you can't change it. They could be
invalid.
Yeah.
That's a
invalid
preference.
Why? But I can't change it.
opinion.
I can't change
that's
it.
my preference.
She's a 3 and she's a 2. I'm just being real. Well, you know what?
Piece of shit.
I'm just being real. I'm being real.
It's just like,
At the house by yourself, having me time. He spent all day at work. All right. The second he gets home, you should not be giving him to do or bothering him or trying to get on his ass or trying to tell him that he has to cater to you. You should be giving him time to chill out because you had all day. This is the female version of weaponized incompetence. Let me tell you something. If your man is constantly playing the game, it's because you don't provide him peace and aren't making the home happy. Now let's break down all the different things. So a man has 2 reasons why he's playing the game all day. Either he is completely distracted with all that he has going on and you don't provide him peace, so he has to go somewhere else to find that peace, or he just doesn't like you. Right? The easy way to tell is by being an actual woman, going into his room, going up to him, having him come talk to you, sit him down, ask him what's wrong. What's wrong, babe? What's got your mind so distracted? What can I do to make your mind at ease? Sit down and talk to him. See what you can do to make his life easier. Then you'll start seeing him get off the game. Now, if you do that, you do all of the roles you need to as a woman, you are a great woman, then leave if he's still playing the game because he just doesn't like you. He's taking advantage of you. Like, that's your fault for dealing with it. And the ironic part is women will deal with piece of men and be like, oh, I'm never giving myself to a man like that again. And it's like, bro, you were neglected for months on end. You had people telling you that you were being mistreated and you still continued to deal with it. So you chose to give your best version of yourself to somebody that you knew was bad for you just because you ignored the red flags. That is on you. So at the end of the day, the point is that if your man is playing on the game for more than 2 hours after he gets home, it's because you're either not making the home happy or he's taking advantage of you. If you don't want to deal with that, then do your roles as a woman. And if he's still acting that way, then leave him instead of complaining about it and trying to make something work with somebody you love and care about. And I know it hurts, but at the end of the day, love doesn't matter. It's about how you're treated. And if you keep getting mistreated and allow it under the guise of, oh, I love them, then everything that happens to you is your fault. It's not because men aren't. It's because you're a dumbass.
We're 2-3 years down the line, and now you're ready, and we've already kind of checked out.
But the crazy thing is, that's because it's like an instant gratification thing. It's like women want the reward now. And it's like, for men, we got to go through different seasons to be able to say, okay, when we settle in these areas, because like a lot of the hold off don't be wasting a woman's time, but I feel like it get perceived that way, like, because they'll say, oh, man, know if he want to marry you. That's true. But a man don't know when he want to marry you. So they're like, oh yeah, she's wifey material, I would marry her. But I ain't really ready for that yet. Maybe he got to get his finances together, his credit, get him some grants, get himself out of the red, different things like that to be able to, because we want to be able to shoulder the load, because becoming a husband is not just a title, it's a responsibility. And social media only think about the wedding, like, oh, get down to the proposal and the wedding and all of the different antics that come with it. But they forget the everyday roles and responsibilities that's now become upon you once you become a husband. It's like, I got to be able to take care of this family. I got to be able to provide. But when it comes to playing around, like in the beginning, like doing extra stuff, that could just be where a man at his development. I tell women, you ain't gotta wait for a man to develop. You don't have to. You could be like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and find me one that's already closer to where I'm trying to get, because that's where I'm at. But at the same time, if you really love this dude and you like, dang, that 3 years might seem like he playing around, but he really shaving off parts of him so he can give himself fully to you. And sometimes he gotta, I ain't gonna lie, this gonna sound crazy. You might want him to get the out and get the this, get all of that out. So when he yours, because you don't want it to be where he like, all right, I'm gonna do it today because she ready. And the next thing you know, he got a whole other life going on because he never.
But then also, if you find the man that's already in the position that you want to be in, then you have to kind of, understand that he's going to have some, stipulations that he comes with too. And I don't think a lot of modern women want to accept that. That's just the way the game goes.
Girls with a high body count, do you think it is just a magical coincidence that a woman that has been absolutely ran through, that her brain is mashed potatoes? Do you think that's a coincidence? It's not. They're emotionally trampled on. They're absolutely destroyed, just incapable of just functioning in a normal, stable way in any kind of meaningful relationship. This is why you have to do your vetting properly, boys. You need to know where this girl came from. You need to know what she's been through, because there are no coincidences here. It's all data point. Purity is the key.
Yo, y'all want niggas to be gay so bad.
After a man has slept with 50 to 100 women, he's probably DL.
I mean, that's a big range of 50 to 100. So if he's 49, he's not gay. But if he's 51, he's definitely gay.
Probably gay at that point because he's been oversaturated, like too much activity. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, like, once you have got to that level of like freaked out where you just have done all these different things, you're desensitized. Like, you need something else to get that aroused. You need something else to excite you, you know?
You can just speak for yourself. If you ran through 50 to 100 and want to try women, we're not going to judge you. I hate when people get on social media and try to say, well, I'm like this, so other people must be like this too.
Just like think about a woman, like if she's been with 50 to 100 men, she's been in situations, she's been in experiences with other women, you know, whether it's kissed a girl, like most, you know, a lot of girls that have been with a lot of men, they've had those experiences too.
Shorty, just say you. Stop trying to beat around the bush. It's you.
You know, and that's the same thing with men. So you just think men are out here just experiencing girls? No, they are curious as well. They're just as curious, but it's just stigmatized for them to have that curiosity. So they don't talk about it as much, but it's happening. So trust me, if you know a man that has been with 50 plus women to 100, 200 women, trust me, he's tried some other stuff with the others as well, with his own as well.
Now she added 200 in there. The numbers just keep going up. So let me get some straight. Yo daddy, wherever he at, if he didn't only your mom and say he 75, so you telling me your daddy tried something with another man? Now let's say this. If you have a son, you telling me if your son 55, he's automatically gonna be like, I think it's time to be gay now. Shorty, if you the gay nigga and you're upset about it, don't try to put the blame on other men for wanting a variety of women. This is the thing women don't understand. Men want multiple women. There are extreme numbers, like 10,000, 5,000. I think that's extreme. But doesn't mean the dude is gay or bored. Imagine a man the same for years on end. You don't think he's gonna want another? You just automatically say, oh, nah, he's tired of, he wants man butt. Man, get the fuck out of here. And we have people living like this? Oh, man, we're cooked. We're cooked.
There's not a big pool of good men.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie.
That is a lie.
That's not a lie.
Listen.
What?
There's not a lot of good men who want y'all. There's a lot of good men out there like where the good man at? Like they hiding under a rock or in a cave. They everywhere. They at the gas station. They at Costco. They at the bank. They walking right past you and you don't show up on their radar because of the way you are. They're going to walk right by you. Your pretty face ain't going to go too far because everybody's pretty. That's a prerequisite. So if that's all you got to offer, we're not looking at you. There's plenty of good men. They just don't want your ass. They're self-deceiving, man. I ain't never heard no woman say, I know I ain't. She'll say, this man ain't. He was bad. He was bad. But for the most part, every woman think they're a good woman.
For being
what makes you a good woman? Who's auditing that you're a good woman? You are auditing yourself. Why don't you ask your exes what they think? Because all your relationships diminished and ended in turmoil.
So another reason why women get ghosted is they don't understand that after it happens, the onus of the effort shifts to them.
To the women.
To the women.
Interesting.
Perhaps you've heard this said that men are the gatekeepers of commitment and women are the gatekeepers of...
I heard that in the book, yeah.
But in modern dating where it precedes commitment, then we just come up against the women's gatekeeping first. And this isn't even really about men and women. It's about who's like on the outside and who has the power to let them in. So women have the power to let men in, and it happens before commitment these days. So the man's going to be making the effort. He's running offense. She's running defense.
At first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes women think, because they get kind of anchored there, that after it happens, that he's just going to keep trying or keep escalating. And it's like, no, sweetie, you have to make the effort. You
that
didn't
was
just
the goal.
hand over to every man that desires it from you. Why is that man going to hand over commitment just because you want it? You have to go get it. Now you are on offense. He's on defense, and he can let you in or not. And so a lot of women don't try. They don't make the effort, and they also often don't know what to do. They don't know how to secure a man's commitment.
You know, I think this is a really good point. Kind of the concept that he's talking about is, you know, women are the gatekeepers to decide if I want to sleep with you or not. And men have to run with that. They have to go with that. But then when it gets down to marriage and a man says, okay, now I have to make sure that you're in it for me, for who I am. Why don't you sign this prenup? Then all of a sudden, that's not fair. I should be entitled to half. I should get this, 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 and this. Now all of a sudden, when a man protects his money, and he gatekeeps his money and his resources, it's a problem. He's not a gentleman. He's sassy. He's a beta. He's not a real man. He's DL. He's gay. And all of the other stupid stuff that they like to say.
You are questioning my authority as a psychologist when you're not a psychologist.
Why do I need to be the thing to question the thing? It's like saying you can't question the medication your doctor gives you unless you're a doctor.
I hate dating as a woman in tech because if I try to date a guy in tech, they're typically really ugly and they have a whole bunch of nerdy interests that I can't relate to. There's some types of guys who work in tech who are attractive and we might have the same interests, but they think they are too smart and they are really full of themselves, and I don't like dating that type of guy either. If I try to date someone who doesn't work in tech, but they aren't a high earner, they end up feeling too insecure and they aren't able to afford the type of things that I can, like fine dining and traveling. So dating as a woman in tech is not for the weak.
We need to start a concentration camp for women this delusional because they're a danger to society. She doesn't need to have free will any longer. Get her off the streets. Get anyone that thinks like her off the streets. Like, this is below mid-pack speaking in this manner. You can't rationalize with this, so what do? Lock her up. Knock on her door in the middle of the night and get her out of here. She does not need to be with the rest of general population. She doesn't need to be. And the unfortunate part is that if this is what a below average woman is thinking, the dating market is absolutely destroyed. So you have to realize this is the type of psychological warfare you're navigating. This is a mental illness. This is a mental illness. She's on some form of a spectrum to think like this. I'm telling you right now. And the fact that she's working in tech, so she's very smart. She's very smart. And that's the dangerous part. This is a high IQ woman. This is a high IQ holder thinking like this. So if smart women are thinking like this, what's going on with the rest of society? So keep that in mind as you're dating. Most of these women, they're beyond savings. They're so delusional. They really are thinking far beyond what God has made within their capabilities. And literally, this is a lost cause. So as you date, gentlemen, remember, anytime you might get turned down by some below mid-pack, anytime a girl is just asking for outlandish standards, it's because women like this is even having high demands in the dating market. So all you can do is vet accordingly, pivot, and only deal with women that are worth your time. Do not waste your time with these below average women because they also think that they're worthy of what 9s and 10s should have. But it's trust fund baddies only.
Next time that man wants to disrespect you, you better suck his shit so good, right? Take his nut in your mouth and spit that right in his face. Remind him who the he's speaking to.
This is definitely spicy kitty energy, and this is proceed with caution. Ladies, please take things with a grain of salt. When I first heard this, my jaw dropped and I could not stop laughing because I was with you until now. Why? You never know what type of man you're dealing with. What the dude? This is like some psycho manipulative level type stuff to get a man in like a trance when he's his weakest, just to spit something in his fucking face. Oh my god, this will get you rocked. And I wear glasses. I don't think I want to listen to this, because we're all gonna die down here, and I don't want that. I'm telling you right now, she's definitely got to be Latina, because ain't no way. We all know that you guys are spicy. I'm not listening to this, because if I want to get uppercutted like Thanos, then I'll probably do something like this. But I don't know what it is, y'all. I'm glad I don't have this personality, but I notice a lot of women, when they get upset at things, they have like this vengeful type of thing. I'm glad I don't get that tit for tat stuff, and I'm glad my man doesn't do anything to me. Like, we don't even argue. I don't never want to be in a relationship to where, what sparked this up? Like, you just be having these thoughts boiling in your head. Yep, just squirt nut in his eyes. Like, what? Are you guys okay? Oh my goodness, you guys need the Lord in your mind.
He's spit in his face, man. Reflex is liable to take over, and he don't know. You don't know what that man's gonna do. So I'm just urging you to proceed, like Taylor said, just proceed with caution, please.
What does your initial first date look like with a man?
My initial first date is asking him where he wants to bring me. And daytime, is he a planner? So I will know kind of where he's at and what he has in store and what type of life I would be walking into. So my initial first date would be up to the man.
All right, I hear you. That's a fact.
I would not want to be the one planning that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I wasn't saying like plan, like what type of stuff would you like to do on the first date, as far as, are you into?
I want to do what he wants to do.
Oh.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm there to learn him.
Yeah.
And I'm there to know him.
But he got to learn you too, though.
And he'll learn me when I walk into his world.
Okay.
God damn. Okay.
But walk into my world first. I'm not providing a world for you. So
not at all.
My world really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It matters to the extent of what have I cultivated?
Yeah.
Have I nurtured my world? Where can my world take him, right? When I enter his world. So that's why I won't present the preconceived notion of what I want to do, because he might show me something new, and now I just limited myself to what I'm already exposed to, and I never gave him a chance to step me into his world. So
damn. Okay. Can we bring her up here or what?
A woman that wants to understand you and be a part of your program is a keeper. Really out the muscle. Let me know what you think.
What if it isn't good and you've waited all this time until marriage?
First of all, how would you know it isn't good? What would you be comparing it to if you waited until marriage? And then secondly, you could grow into whatever space that you're trying to grow into. Your spouse can grow into whatever space. You guys can teach each other, learn things, and it doesn't have, just because day one intimacy, like that doesn't mean that that's what day 5001 is going to look like.
It's a really good take on it. It just really puts into perspective that in all points of the relationship, you have to work on something. You have to work on something, full stop, right? Now, I know your expectation is, man, I really like this person so much. It's going to be fantastic. I'm dreaming and fantasizing of it being fantastic. And then it doesn't. That's a little bit of a buzzkill. But over time, if you say, okay, well, we got to adapt. We got to see what we need to do. Then, that's kind of what you need to do. When you talk about a man having to provide, in order to provide, he's got to adapt. He's got to do things differently, right? And it's going to be the same thought process in intimacy. So when he's adapting, you got to adapt as well, right? When he's got to provide, you got to provide as well. Well, I don't want to go out and be financially responsible for everything, right? You don't have to be, but you got to figure out how you're going to provide in the relationship too. Well, I want to be in my masculine energy. No, there's a part of the relationship where you can provide something. You can bring something to the table. This is what men ask. Stop selling yourself short. You can do it. So when we come to intimacy, specifically in this example, what can you provide to the conversation that says, okay, well, maybe we can try this. Maybe I can do this. or I feel like this. Maybe we can move like this. I mean, and you got to get specific. You got to get, I mean, it might feel uncomfortable, but it is what it is. You got to get specific with it.
The worst thing you guys can have, especially like here in Mexico, is that fucking like neurotic face, that stressed out. Oh, is she talking to another guy? That like look on your face of just stress. You just imagine, what would your face be like if all of a sudden you got a phone call? Hey man, I just want to let you know we put $10 million more in your bank account and there's 3 women waiting for you in your bed at home. What would your face do in that moment? I see it right now. I see it all your faces. That is not what crisis face is. And here's the thing. You know what's crazy? There's no rule that says that you can't look like that all the time. There's no rule that says that you can't look like that. If you guys want to know really what my secret is, I always look like that. I always look like, yeah, no, I got to get out of here because I got $1 billion waiting for me. That's always the way I look. And so you have to ask yourself, like, is that the way I look? Are people constantly like, hey, is something wrong with you, bro? Hey, you good? Are you okay? Hey man, you look like something. Did you hurt something? Are you okay? You see guys that are like this a lot. A lot of them come from like very structured households where they were just taught to just look serious all the time. Like stoicism to me is not, that's mad. That's not stoic. That's angry. Stoic is, this shit doesn't bother me. This ain't nothing to me, man. They must have amnesia. They forgot that I'm him. This doesn't bother me. That's what stoicism is. It's being unaffected.
Well, I think if somebody said I had 10 million in my bank account and 3 women waiting in my bed, I think I'd probably, I think I might be a little bit more stressed because now I got to figure out if they waiting on me to take me out, if they got a plan to get this money, murder for hire, or, you know, how, if they already know about the money, do I have to split it? More money, more problems. So I'm joking.
Women can do it on their own. We don't have to shut the up, bro. If that's what you like, then get what you like, and good luck. I hope you find it. I like something else, and I hope I find it too. Good luck to both.
Name me one billionaire outside of Oprah that did it on her own.
I don't know. I don't keep up.
There isn't one. I'll tell you about the richest women in the world. Google it. Guess where they got their riches from? Divorce. That means they didn't do it on their own. Success is a team sport, no matter how you think about it. A man needs a woman. Hold on. A man needs a woman just as much as a woman needs a man. That's all a woman can do it by themselves is what's wrong with the culture today. I can look at you and say, your strengths are my weaknesses and vice versa. And that's value to me. How is it so hard for you to see the value in me, though? I understand that you got a Benz. I got a Benz, too. I have value, too. We can see the value in women. But as soon as women start getting some money, it's like they forget who to goddamn put them in position to make it. The last time I checked, most of these businesses that these women are making all this money for were ran and owned by men. OnlyFans, you know who made that? A man. Lip gloss, you know who made that? A man. Hair weave, you know who created that? A man. Mercedes-Benz, a man. So how are y'all getting so goddamn high strung on your high horses about hey, you don't need it when everything of your existence was created by man?
Machiavelli warned, if you are not willing to be ruthless, you will always obey someone who is. Most people don't get it. They think that life is fair, that playing nice gets you ahead, or being a good person is enough. It's not. The world isn't run by the kind, the honest, or the moral. It's run by the bold, the strategic, the cold. Every system that you follow, school, work, government, was designed by someone more ruthless than you. And while you play by the rules, they're writing new ones to keep you down. Here's the truth. If you won't outthink them, if you won't outwork them, if you won't outharden them, you will serve them. That's not cruelty, that's the cost of survival.
Well, why are women so quick to assume the worst?
Because of all the stuff that has happened with men over years.
So how are men and women ever supposed to get together if women assume the worst in men?
That's something for a man to figure out.
Well, doesn't that also affect women if women don't want to die lonely old cat ladies?
No, because I can easily find a man that will approach me in a good way where I won't feel creeped out, where I want to talk to him and stuff, rather than a man just being like all up in my face.
So would you say that women have more advantages in the dating market than men do?
No, men have more of an advantage.
Well, didn't you say that you have, don't women have the privilege of being more picky because they have more options?
No, I think men are probably the pickiest when it comes to picking a girl.
How so?
They always want a girl that fits the the now. Like, she has to look like what everyone else wants rather than just a really pretty woman that might not be like top tier of what Instagram standards are.
Quite honestly, I'm impressed. I am impressed by the way that she is able to dip, duck, dive, and dodge every single scenario that he's thrown at her. Mental gymnastics, she did it at a high level. She's doing it at a high level. And the thing about her that's very impressive is she's not even breaking a sweat. I can't say if she's ever practiced this before or she has experience with this, but in this moment, she definitely knows what she's doing. Any type of accountability, she's had practice jumping over it. Back at this point, she's back flipping over it, right? Y'all remember, I think it's double Dutch, where you have one person on either side of the jump rope and the person just figures out where to get in, and they can just go, if you let them, for minutes, for hours, if you let them. They can jump. Honestly, some people be in there doing some crazy jumps, backflips. They'll jump out and then they'll jump back in. You know, they'll do a flip on the side, and they're in rhythm. They're in rhythm, right? They've found their spot on the floor, and they get to that spot, and that's when they know they can make a shot. All the time, 90% of the time, if I get here, it's going in, and it's going in nothing but net. That's where she is answering this question, and I'm impressed.
Men are really checking out.
So you mean to tell me I gotta pay all my bills, pay all her bills, make her happy, go to work, still give her all the attention in the world, and I just get some deal off? I don't want it. It ain't worth it.
If a man has no friends, pay attention. If a man has no friends or only a very small circle, do not get it twisted. That is not a red flag. That is a man who has mastered himself.
Yeah.
A man without friends or with a very small circle is a very secure man. He has learned that quality matters more than quantity, and he does not need an audience to validate his worth. His confidence comes from inside, not from the approval of others. He is not afraid to be alone because he knows his own strength. He is very selective with his energy and with who he lets into his life, and that is a good quality to have. He walks away from drama and gossip because he has built a peaceful life for himself and does not want to let that go. He does not need to be surrounded by people to feel complete. He is comfortable, he is grounded, he is steady, and he does not waste time on meaningless relationships. He knows what he wants, and he does not waste time chasing things that do not matter. So if you come across a man with very few friends or a very small circle, do not underestimate him. That is not loneliness, that is discipline. He knows peace, it is not isolation, that is self-mastery. And men like that are the hardest ones to replace.
Dave, you're alright. You're alright. You're alright. Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on. Don't come here. Don't cry. Don't cry. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come on. Good boy. There we go. There we go, son. That's it. Breathe. Oh, no, you got it. Hold it. Hold it. Now focus. Focus. Focus on me. Good. That's it. That's it. Focus. Tell yourself you can. Say it. Say I can. What are you? You're a lion? Say I'm a lion. Say I'm a lion. There it is. There it is. Say it again. Say it again. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Say, let's do it. Come on. Right? Right? I'm a lion. Good boy. Good boy.
Hey, yo, W Dad right here. Listen to him teaching his son how to control his emotions. Teaching him how to speak positive affirmations into himself when things get hard. This is really one of the most important skill sets you'll learn as a man. Because men who don't know how to control their emotions are very unattractive to other men and women. It will be very challenging for them to be successful at anything in life. And if you didn't have a dad or someone to teach you these skill sets, that's okay. They are learned things. And it's never too late to start learning. The more dads we have like this out there, the better.
Sometimes I think I really do want to settle down, and then I remember what it's like to share an enclosure with a man and a bed every single night. I want a man in my life. I don't want a man in my house. Is that so wrong?
I tell you how many messages in the comments, don't marry, don't do this, men suck, and I'm telling you right now, man, a wife is not going to be acting like this. A wife's going to want to build a family with you, man. A wife's going to be wanting to go towards the kingdom of heaven with you. In 2026, we have social media trying to brainwash us. I talk about this a lot, man. The devil is in social media. He's out there trying to confuse everybody, man. The real way is through Jesus. That is the only way to make a relationship last. And I know I'm gonna get hate for it, but I tell you, man, it's the best thing you can do for yourself, man, is find a woman who is going to chase the Lord with you. Find a woman who's going to the kingdom of heaven with you. That's it. I talk about it all the time. Gym, grind, and God. Never settling until you find that right one, man, because there's a lot of wrong. There's a lot of wrong out here. We are living in an evil world, and it's about focusing on God, man, and letting Him do the rest.
Carly spends most of her time trolling anyway, so I think 90% of her page is trolling. She just trolling. So whatever she got to say at this point, I take with a grain of salt. I really do.
Okay, call me crazy, but it seems to me that being a woman in general trumps whatever is required in being a wife. Okay, the way that a lot of modern women think, that's what it's giving, and hear me out. Because y'all are against going 50-50. Y'all are against doing anything that requires helping a man thrive. Okay, he should be able to take care of you and do whatever he needs to do as a husband without your help to a certain degree. That's how y'all act, right? But here's the thing. That's not how that works. When you become a wife, you are that man's partner. Okay, so for example, if y'all are trying to move some furniture and he has no other, male friends around, or male friends around, anybody that can help. Okay, so because you're a woman, you're not going to help your man. If, a situation arises where an unexpected bill is higher than normal and he needs you to cover a higher percentage of the bill because you feel like because you're a woman, that trumps your duty as a wife. Because as a wife, you're supposed to fill in whatever gaps he needs you to fill, especially if he's been upholding his end of the bargain the entire time. Y'all use being a woman in general to override the duties of a wife. That's what it's giving. Being a wife means you're going to go above and beyond for your husband. There should be no tit for tat thing. Y'all are so, well, is he going to split the household duties? Typically good men do. Yes. If you have a husband that listens and you married well, good men help out. Okay, but where y'all fail to realize a lot of times, well, he should know. Some men are just more in tune than others, but you should also be comfortable in communicating. And if you are able to communicate to him and he helps out where you need to, what is the issue? You're still accomplishing the task without you having to go above and beyond. But it just seems like women in general, I'm a woman, I shouldn't have to do this and I shouldn't have to do that. There are going to be times you're going to have to do some, okay, that you probably didn't really plan on doing. Lifes, okay? If that man gets sick, you're going to have to pick up some of his tasks. Like, I hate taking out the trash. I ain't gonna lie. I hate taking out the trash. And that's something that my husband does. He also is in charge of cleaning the kitty litter. I hate doing that as well. But when he's not here, I'm doing it. I'm not going to go above and beyond and be like, well, I'm a woman. He's been doing it this entire time. He needs to figure it. No. We fill in where we need to fill in. If your husband needs some financial help, it shouldn't be too much for you to do that, especially if he has invested in you for a time period. If he has went above and beyond for you, why is that too much to ask that you go above and beyond for him? Y'all let being a woman override what it requires to be a wife. A wife makes you, I shouldn't say make you, but requires you to support that man in whatever capacity he needs you to. Okay, and you should do it in a manner where you're willing, because that is the man that you love. That is the man that's going to lay down his life for you, that should be protecting you and taking care of you and has been doing so. So why is it a problem to be a wife and set the societal norms down when it comes to the person that is doing more for you than what society is?
The men don't care about the big old lips. Yes, they do. And no, the women are doing that for themselves. Yeah. The men would rather a woman change her stinking attitude than put on all that makeup and hair and everything. That's what the men want. But the women will go out there like, oh, I'm going to change this, I'm going to change that. If you look at a man and the man said, yeah, he's fat. If he's feeling bad about himself, he'll go and hit the gym. What's a woman going to do? Get a BBL, get her lips done, put on her makeup, put on her hair, and stay the big old fat person that she is and say, oh, it's body positivity. Women need to change their attitudes before they change their makeup.
Y'all know who it is, Mr. 5 Dribbles or Less, and I'm back with another play-by-play review. So this baddie matched with me. She says, hi, Marvin. 3 eyes. Barbecue chicken alert. Game time. First quarter, man. So I'm going to set it off with, hey, let's grab drinks. One of my spots. Saturday at 8. She says she'll be out of town for the holidays still. And she's also doing a dry January, but maybe next Saturday. That's no problem. That's why I picked the venue. We can get food or drinks. That's no issue, baby girl. What's your number? Just like that. I'm already in and out. Mr. Tween, in between, man. Stop playing with me. Wet. I get buckets. You've never seen this type of efficiency. 2 messages, the job is done. That's how I go about my way. This is what I do. I'm the truth at this dating app platform. I'm just the truth. You never will see anything like this. When you see this trend of only 5 dribbles or less, getting the messages and only 2, y'all know who started it. Me. This is what you need to do to get the baddies. You don't got to do all that talking. They want to make a play. Bro, if she's matching with you, if she's liking you, she wants to make a play. So if you're being direct, you're being intentional, this is also another way to filter women that are interested in you, because if she's wasting your time with this formality of messages, she's also not a good candidate to be taken on a date. You already got the money. You don't need to waste your time. So get you with a girl that respects you, trying to be intentional. And this is how you're going to consistently get women to match with you. Another thing, gentlemen, my match rate is at least 70%. So that's the strength of my profile. If your profile isn't strong, you won't even get to these type of outcomes, because when you like women pictures, they're not matching with you. But when you maximize high quality photos, you fix your prompts, you have engaging but concise conversations, that is how you convert these matches into real life dates. But if you're struggling to do so and you want me to help you completely redo your profile so that you can make plays like me and be a Hall of Fame scorer, a pure shooter, come on, man. Trust Fund Bags Academy. The link is in the bio.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I didn't do a lot of talking. I did like a, hey, how's it going? Hey, how are you? And then we might have talked maybe, we might have exchanged a handful of messages, honestly. And then I was asking for a number. Hey, why don't we, set up a FaceTime or something like that so we can, get to know each other, talk on the phone, make sure that it's real for you, it's real for me. And you make it to where, it's beneficial for the both of you, right? So for your safety, you're going to want to see me. And for, just verification purposes for me, I'm going to want to see you. A lot of times women like to feel safe. So saying, hey, why don't we get on the phone? Or if that's not something that you're comfortable with now, maybe we can do social media. I'm not against that. I don't care. You can give me your social media, right? Whatever medium you want to give me, I'm going to figure out the answers that I need to know. As a matter of fact, in some situations, it's better that you give me the social media so I can go through, I'm going to follow you, and I'm going to see what you got going on. And if I don't like that, then next time we speak, I'm going to say, hey, I want to be straight up with you. I was kind of looking through your social media, and I don't know if that's the direction that I'm planning on going with my life. You know what I mean? I don't want to get into something that is not beneficial for me. It's not beneficial for you. So yeah, that's kind of my thought on it. I don't want to waste your time and be out. Honestly, she'll probably say something back. Thank you for letting me know. Or maybe she says, well, this, and she's got a reasoning why she did what she did or whatever. You can hear her out, but it doesn't need to be a long, drawn out conversation. Just, we're going in different directions is really what it comes down to.
When a man says, don't question me, that does not mean don't have questions. It means don't question me. Similar, not to compare to God, when they say don't question God, it's not to say you can't be curious about God and have questions. It's saying don't question God's methods of getting things done. So you can have questions, you can be curious, but if a man say I got it, don't ask that man questions, because now it seems like you're questioning my ability to get it done. And in most cases you are, because you think you have a solution that might be better. And if you want to present that as a suggestion, we all ears. We got the suggestion box, but I'm still going to do it my way. Want to know why? Because if the ship sinks, guess who it falls on? The captain. So as the leader, when a man say when you get on a plane, you don't ask the pilot a question. How much fuel did you put in here today? You trust a stranger to fly you from here to North America, but you don't trust your man to do certain things, and y'all wonder why there is conflict in a household. You have to trust your man first. You shouldn't even be going on social media listening to a bunch of people that's not in your household. And I say that because you are taking outside perspective. Like, you don't know what this man's bigger picture is. So you don't know if what you think even fits. You see what you see from the perspective in which you stand and not from his perspective. And the same could be said. So if he was to come in micromanaging you, why you using Todd and not Downey? Why you doing this? Oh, that's irritating me. He irking me. But y'all do the same thing as us and don't understand how it could be just as irritating. And when we say don't question us, it's like if you care, like even if I'm leaving out the crib, yo, listen. What time you be back should be the only question. It shouldn't be, where you about to go? Where you about to stop? Where you